Good evening, faithful. Everybody, welcome. Welcome to the program. This is a Saturday night weekly thing until the draft. We're on episode 5 of the mock draft. This time we're going war room style, so we're not just having one GM. I'm hoping Terror Dome joins us shortly, but we'll see what happens. If he has better things to do, like take the wife out, then you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, tonight we are streaming on 3 platforms.
Whoa.
So, this is my first time streaming on Twitter and Facebook.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So,
What the heck was that?
We got Jason, we got the captain,
Fun
the
sound.
guy with the best hat, best 49er hat ever right there.
Oh,
We got
boy.
him first mate. First mate, he got TJ hat, so TJ don't have to swab the decks anymore.
Nice.
And we got Damian Lee, he wants the center.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the Niners have actually talked to 4, maybe even 5 different centers.
I mean, center and right tackle.
I was looking at the pre-draft visits, and it's kind of insane how many players the Niners have actually talked to. There's well over 60. I literally went through the list. What can you do, right?
Well, I think that's about it. Center and right tackle, I think, are 1 and 2 for me, and then maybe cornerback. I know we supposedly have a cornerback, but
Well, the thing is that they brought in actually 2 guys, NFL veterans, right? One of them's more like a special team asset. And this is before the, rule change happened, right? So that's like a big question mark right there. And he's live right now too. I don't think he might not have been aware that we do this every. Hey, dude, I don't see why. No, it's all good. Those guys are busy. I was gonna say I don't see why I can't just get this guy on for now. Help out in the war room. That'd be interesting, Aaron. That'd be interesting. But yeah, so let's get the ball rolling. I gotta pick me. Let's see. So last time, I mean that one, the one didn't tell us what we were trading for. They were trying to get us to give them the farm and the mountain, and I'm not willing to do that.
So I got a question for the war room to get us started here. I'd like to hear from each person. What do you think is your biggest takeaway from this draft? What do you want to achieve? Are you looking for a starting tackle? Are you looking just for depth? Are you certain positions? What is your draft plan a little bit heading into this for the Niners?
Well, at this point, when it comes to the Niners, we don't really draft because of need. It's more like
for next year,
gonna need players in the future type of thing. And then with the first 3 picks are typically, like, even from the 3rd round on, I'll say it's all players with high upside. And if they don't work out, they don't work out. And we've hit a lot of 5th rounders, though. 6th and 7th rounders, too.
Okay. What about the rest of y'all?
Go ahead, Kenny.
Depth. The Niners pretty much are getting people to back up in case of injury or fatigue, or because, like David said, we don't really start anybody who we draft. And I was just watching another content creator, and he pretty much mapped out the 53, and we already have them. And it's going to be super tough to break into this team, from what I understand, from what I just saw. I kind of believed it myself. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So 11 picks, yeesh. I don't know. Those people are going to go right to the practice squad and they're going to get swooped up like what happened last year. So I say trade all our picks and move up as far as we can.
Okay. Yeah, I've
Okay,
got
so
y'all's
for me-
line up here. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
No, you're good. So for me, I want like a safety because it's where I'm seeing us. That's what I feel we're going to take. If we don't move anywhere, I think we take a safety. I like to see us get a kick returner, even though kickoff is kind of like a weird subject now. I still think we need a kick returner who might be secondary, somewhat of a possibly a wide receiver. So I'm looking for us taking a wide receiver as well. I'd like to see us get a tight end in the draft, either in the draft or undrafted. And somewhere down the line, we need to take defense edge. We need to take defensive line. We also should try to address the offensive line, but I don't think they're going to put too much money or too high of draft picks in the offensive line. That's my personal opinion.
Okay.
Not what I think the Niners should do. Just that's what I think.
Of course, another thing to keep an eye on, because of course it seems like you kind of addressed it maybe a little bit last year based upon the draft. Let me double check here. I don't want to get this wrong. But looking ahead at your trying to find my over the cat window, my stuff's just jumping. There we go. Looking ahead at free agents for next year. I think y'all were, because case in point on that list, Hufanga is going to be a free agent next year as long if you don't get a deal done. Maybe the Jair Ward was a pick was kind of prepping for that just in case. Brandon Ayuk, everyone knows, but Demondre Lenore on that list, Aaron Banks, one of your starting offensive linemen, backup defensive tackles like Kevin Givens. So it seems like we might be targeting maybe some of these potential guys that if we don't want to pay them next year. I think you're going to pay Ayuk. I think he's not going anywhere. But after that, and getting ready for Purdy, I think we're going to have to start looking at some of those free agents. I like the safety. You can always get a great safety, defensive depth, corner,
I can see the Niners finally having a bad year in like 2 or 3 years and trading Ayuk before a deadline and maybe getting some picks or something.
Also, with the age of Trent Williams, do we, as the GM of the Niners, have to start thinking about especially because this draft is so deep at tackle?
I think they're committed to
Jalen
Moore, sadly.
Really? Okay.
He's been there for a while now. He's still there, and he ain't going anywhere.
Okay.
It would appear, which is, like I said, it's disappointing at this point. I think maybe he's a career swing.
Which that is very important to have in this.
Absolutely, if you could lock down a backup left tackle for 10 years, why not?
That's why the Ravens have been locking on Macari for $6 million a year, but someone that can step in, play adequate left tackle, right tackle, or he's played literally every position on the line. It's so invaluable. So if Jalen Moore's as long as you're paying like $6 to $8 million a year, PFF right at 70 for both passes.
I honestly feel like, I kind of feel like we got this guy that didn't look good in preseason last year, ended up getting hurt during the season, and ended up on IR. His name is Nick Zakelj.
Zakel's the backup center at this point.
I don't know if him or Jalen Moore make the squad this year.
Ooh. Well, yeah. I mean, if they were to get replaced, that would be okay with me.
I really like Zakelj.
There's going to be a lot.
I think he's a family man. I think he's got like a family name. It's a staple of the community. And he definitely just is one of those guys that scream out. Solid player.
I got another one.
Definitely what you're saying is he's a really nice guy.
I am definitely saying he's a great guy. He's a great guy. I'm looking forward to my Zakelj jersey coming soon.
Well, he could be leading the practice squad. He could be number 1 on the practice squad. That could very possibly happen.
This is what we were kind of talking about.
Perfect.
These are all the 2025 free agents that we have coming up for the 49ers, of course. Like I said, case point, backup running back even. What's that, your second string, Elijah Mitchell?
Yeah, and then Mason.
Yeah, so the real thing, though, I don't want to even mention is currently negative $23 million for next year, but that'll get addressed. Case point, if Trent Williams retires, you're cool off the books. So,
or Juice is gone. I mean, they can also do it in pieces. They're very good at that.
Exactly. There'll be a wave to get that money. But yeah, I'm excited to debate. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, the draft's coming up. It's going to be soon.
Well, where'd he go? He removed himself too.
He's gone. Stranger Things style.
I didn't hit nothing, I swear.
No, people have been getting kicked off StreamYard. I've been seeing it all over the place.
Well, I've never had an issue. There's the mock draft simulator. It's up. We'll just wait for him. There he is. Device not connected. And it's connected. What's up, buddy? I'm trying to see.
I hit leave studio instead of stop presenting screen.
All right, so we're at the mock draft simulator. You guys do remember when I traded up and it backfired on me. So should I hit start, and when should I pause it if we should pause it?
Is there
We should
any
vote.
way?
We should vote right now for trading up because right now we have the capital to do it, and I want to shoot for the moon. I am not settling. We are going for a Super Bowl.
Move
I
up.
say let's go.
Move up as
Who's your guy?
early as you
Who's your
can.
guy?
I want somebody who's going to sell jerseys.
Latham.
All right.
Ooh, he wants someone that's going to sell jerseys.
I don't
okay,
like
let's
the
see.
Notre Dame
Well,
guy.
Caleb Williams is
uh,
number one overall. I
McGlinchey.
kind of doubt.
My thing is this: if I'm trading up, I feel like there's only one guy I truly want to trade up here for, and that's going to be the second tackle that should come off the board, Fatanu. I would take Fatanu over JC Latham, but Fatanu is going to be drafted way higher.
Yeah,
than
people like him. People like him.
one of my mock drafts. Fatanu goes 13 to the Raiders. Latham goes right behind him to the Saints.
I just don't think we can get lower than Latham. That's the thing.
So that's why I'm asking. If I see Fatanu drop around like 14, 15,
These
Ooh,
guys got
I'm
him
swinging.
sitting at 22 on
they're
this
saying
one.
22, but he won't be there at 20.
they got him ahead of Latham. Ooh, that's controversial.
They have a lot of guys.
Well,
ahead of
they
him.
got JC Latham's ahead of him. But
They have a
yeah,
lot of
this
people ahead of
one.
them. Yeah.
Ooh.
I like Troy because he's from Washington. He plays with my cousin.
Oh, hold on. I misspoke. Fatanu wasn't the guy I was talking about. I'm so sorry. I'm talking about Fuaga.
Fuaga. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought
that's who I want.
Okay.
That's who I want over Latham. Fuck Fatanu.
there's
Latham, I
three.
take
There's
over Fatanu.
three
That
with
is right.
very hard to pronounce F names. It's incredible.
But if you could get Fuaga, so Fuaga, the reason I would take him for the Niners, he ran a lot more zone than gap scheme running, which of course y'all run a lot more zone than the power gap, essentially. He is very well versed in zone scheme. He is known as a nasty finisher. There are some teams that are thinking about moving him inside, but he can absolutely stand out on the outside. So that's my guy I'd trade up for if he starts coming down a little and you get the option.
Be honest with you, he sounds like a guard to me.
And he might be.
And the Niners don't need another guard. I say pass.
Okay.
We need a solid.
So they've actually-
Yeah,
We've
no more
actually
guards.
met-
No more guards.
We've actually met with Graham Barton,
Mm.
Christian Haynes.
But
I
that
like
might be
Haynes
for,
later.
guy on
might
here
be for
somewhere. We
center,
met
a
with
possible
him.
center position.
Bortolini, we've met with him, but they're all late.
Yeah,
guys,
Bertolini's
you know?
later.
Barton's a tackle that's definitely going to guard in the NFL. I like the Christian Jones pick out of Texas, honestly. He's
Okay,
going to be, of course, later in the draft, though.
So we voted to trade up, right? Have we done that yet?
We haven't traded up yet.
Hold on.
How
So
about our first
should I
round,
hit start
our first round
It
and
pick?
predicts-
pause it at like 14?
Can we do our first round pick, our third round pick, and next year's third round pick? See how
I'm
far
doing
up
the
that
math
gets us?
on it, actually. So pick
We
14
could.
of the New Orleans Saints is valued at approximately 325 points. The San Francisco's first round pick at 31 is valued at 190. So what's that? 325 minus 190. Oops, not 190. We're needing to make up 135 points. The second pick of the Niners in the second round is worth 82. So you need to package like a second and third.
Well, I was going to say maybe this year's first, next year's second.
Next year's second still only worth. Oh wait, no, that would get us there actually. No. No, we need to make 135. So the second round pick's only worth about 82.
We could always
That
trade next year's
4,000.
Hold
third
on a
because
second.
we'll
Did you
probably get
see
a comp
that?
pick.
I hit
What's up?
start just to let it go a few. It's at pick 5, and I got it on normal. It's going mighty fast.
Ooh.
Caleb Williams went to the
Ooh.
Patriots.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah,
What?
All right.
Listen, that Caleb's been falling.
If you haven't heard, the only guy that predicted Johnny Manziel to be a complete and total bust has came on the record saying he thinks Jaden Daniels from LSU is going to be a better quarterback than Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I'm on the Caleb bust train all the way. I'm
Yep.
thinking a major bust for Caleb.
I told
Okay,
Tara
so
doing this
we're
last
at-
night.
we're
I
at
don't
pick
trust any
13.
UNC
I saw another
quarterback.
tackle come off the board.
No
Ooh, who
USC.
or I'm sorry, UNC.
You remember the guy-
Fashanu.
Ooh, wow, Fashanu.
Joe
came off
Alt
it.
is gone.
See, I think
Fashano's
Fashanu is a
gone.
left tackle. So the left
Mm.
tackles just went off the board. Yeah. The main left tackles. Both those guys left are mainly right tackles.
No, Oregon.
That's my guy,
This
This
man.
guy, I kind of like these three. This guy has injury issues, and so does Guyton, Mims and Guyton.
What
Yeah.
pick are you on?
It's at pick 11 right now.
Wow.
See, and Fatanu is a almost career left tackle.
No, 13. It's at pick 13. It's the Raiders.
Fuaga played exclusively right tackle.
Well,
It's another
doesn't
why
Vegas-
I like him.
Doesn't Vegas want a quarterback?
Oh, you can never go wrong with tackles, though. This is terrifying, dude.
I mean, if you know you're Las Vegas and you're going to lose,
We made it through.
I let
Anyway.
it go 3 picks. This is taking some guts
All right.
here.
they're
No
all still
way,
there.
though. Indy takes McCarthy. No way after taking Richardson
They
last
took
year.
Richardson, yeah.
Yeah, that's a complete bust pick by the draft
This is
engine.
funny.
Cornerback. They went
So
defense.
we're at
We'll
Seattle.
assume the Colts traded that pick to someone for JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, we're at Seattle.
They won't make the trade with us. We're gonna have to let them pick. Jacksonville, though.
Oh,
Oh.
they did us a favor.
Oh
They
yeah.
picked one of the
Cincinnati
injured guys.
is.
Let's go get them. Let's go get them. I'm banging the table right now.
The
Fuaga
Rams are
dropping
next.
this
But you're
low.
not going to be able to do the next pick.
Is-
It's the Rams.
No, it's the Bengals.
Brian,
No,
Brian,
after
what do you
that
think,
one,
buddy?
they have to
Trade
go
up to 18?
Trade up to 15. Yeah. Get that guy right
Well,
there.
right now it's Cincinnati.
It's
Yep.
got to be Cincinnati or Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
trade. Trade him Goldgate Bridge. Whatever we
Let
gotta
me
do.
see.
The
Going
Golden
up to
Gate Bridge.
Cincy? That's not going to take nearly as much. 18. That's like about 100. You could
Okay,
maybe get
maybe
away with
it's a trolley car then.
Look at that.
One trolley
If I
car.
throw on this, it'll ease it. No, it didn't get me
No,
there.
your second round pick's worth 82. This is a
Do next year's
different-
second round pick.
Yeah, trade next year's second round.
Let's throw that
Absolutely.
one in.
It's probably going to take your third this year and a second next year, to be honest with you.
Go do this. Go 1, 2, and 5.
Oh no, that means we'll be having to pick with
Yep.
our third pick, and we're terrible with our third pick.
Yep.
But we can take Braden
Give
Rice.
him. Can you give him the
Trade
third round
both
pick as
third
well?
picks away. This
Can you
year
give
and
him
next year.
future second and a third round this year?
We'll probably get
Or will not
comps
let
next
you.
year, third round comps.
Oh yeah, you're going to get some comp picks.
Oh, no. We're not doing that. So next year's
So
third.
No,
We'll
no,
go
a third,
second.
a third this year and next year's second. See if they'll do that. Oh yeah, we have
First
to do
and
the
third,
first. Yeah,
first
sorry,
and third,
yeah.
and next year's
It's
second.
saying
and third.
too much right now for a second and a.
Add the third from this year. Pick 94.
Well, it's saying we're giving too much.
All right,
Oh, really?
then
That
do the
was,
trade.
that was
Okay.
giving it the pick
Yeah.
from.
Try
so
it
let's
then.
restart.
Yeah, try it.
And it's
And
still
then second
doing
round
that.
next year.
Look, let's go like
So
this.
it's got this year's first and next
Ooh.
year's
97.
second. That should do it.
They'll take a fourth.
We'll take
You're
the
gonna take their
97 off
third.
their hands.
Take a third off their hands.
That's what I did.
We love to pick in the third.
Oh, all right.
Here's the
all right.
thing: you should trade those 2 third rounders for a second rounder.
Oh, look, Tennessee wants to give us a bunch of stuff.
They want that tackle. They want that tackle bad.
Green Bay, no thanks. Buffalo,
No.
that's tempting.
You're
but no.
trading up. You want your guy.
Wow, these guys, the 34 overall, 103 and 232.
No way.
They're crazy.
No, go get our guy.
Yep.
All right, who's the
Fuaga all
pick
day.
here? Is it
Well, I mean,
Talise Fuaga,
unless
JC
he's
Latham, or
interior.
Tro Fontanu?
We're gonna go Oregon State.
I would go
Number
Oregon
15.
State unless that guy's
Hold on,
not
Okay.
a tackle.
Okay.
Unless he's not a tackle.
He is. Hold on, I got his stats right here for you. So he is a 6'6", 334-pound junior. Played
Sheesh.
700 snaps at right tackle last year, 810 snaps in 2022, and then I'm guessing his freshman year only 55. So he's a career right tackle, 91.3 PFF zone blocking run grade compared to his 78.9 gap, and overall a 90.9 run blocker.
Go.
Like the scouts say, he's one of the nasty finishers in this class.
Time
I
to
think
draw,
that's a great-
cowboy.
I think it's perfect. It's like a bookend that we
And
need for
he's an
the
Oregon
show.
guy. It's perfect.
Yep. You know, and that's another thing too. These Oregon guys, Washington guys, they seem to be traded or drafted by our team, and they seem to stick around for a while. But that's another bookend. And since Trent Williams is like a beast over there on the left side, we bring a beast in on the right side. Say Trent Williams retires, you know, a year or so from now. It's almost like we're building left to right, and then we'll be coming back from the right side back over. So it's almost like brick by brick, if you want to say it. I like
Do
it.
you want to hear the scouts' take on Fuaga?
Let's go.
They
Yeah.
said, literally, these are the notes. Fuaga is the kind of ass kicker every NFL team wants in the trenches. He has a finisher's mentality in the run game and takes pride in pushing defenders against their will. In pass protections, his stride length is limited, but his foot speed makes up for it. He has a good wide base to neutralize bull rushes quickly. His hands are consistently up and in the right position to strike with power at any moment. He also possesses the hand quickness to fight and yet protect his chest. He can be a bit overzealous to try to make that contact and pass protection, which can lead him to a vulnerability in swipes and chops. But he did show growth and improvement in his patience to get into the hand fighting from 2022 to 2023, which is what you want to see.
And he'll be
Like-
working with our offensive line coach, which is a genius.
Mm-hmm. Oh, love that pick for y'all, honestly.
Okay, reject. I'm not into that.
That's not bad,
That's-
but no.
That's really not bad.
Ooh, yeah, that was a tough one. Nah.
The
It's there, but
Steelers.
I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
Bra-
Well, you know how
Brandon,
we pick
Brandon
in the third
Ayuk's
round.
older twin brother.
We're like buying a cap gun right now with blanks. With those third round picks or blanks.
All right, let's
All
take
right.
a look at this board.
So at this point, we're at number 63.
I know who
Got
we're
a
taking.
wide receiver. It says he's legit. See his last name? Oh,
Leggett, like
Leggett.
Meggett.
Look at
Like I said, dude, if y'all haven't heard him talk on his interview, he's got that deep Southern accent. It's so crazy. Just
So
like
is it
watch-
Leggett or is it Leger?
Probably both. This is gonna be tough.
it's telling
Look
us to
at
take
this.
a wide receiver, inside offensive lineman.
No,
Christian
we're not
Haynes
taking a
real
wide
quick.
receiver.
I'm going to tell us no as well. We're taking a wide receiver with the pick 94.
Is it
Yeah.
Okay.
Leggett is a
Tariq
true-
Owens is like a fourth round like prospect, dude.
The
If we
thing is,
want-
you need
No,
a
so-
slot guy if you're going wide receiver, and Leggett is a true number one outside 6'4" guy. He's not
Right,
going to.
we have Jennings, Ayuk, and Debo.
Mhm.
We're good.
Exactly.
So look,
Yeah.
we're
All
going
right,
to
is
go.
there any
Hold on,
position?
Brian's trying to say something.
Wait, we're going to go Brendan Rice with number 94 because if he's our third round pick and he's a bust, he's going to be a bust, right? But if he's anything like his dad, he's going to break that mold, right?
Well, here's
And
the
he-
thing. Even if he is a bust, we could trade him.
Yeah, we could trade him. We'll have him for 4 years. And the reason I'm saying bring him in is because right now, some of the wide receivers that we have, maybe they're not going to make the practice team. But you bring in somebody like Rice with pick 30 and or round 3, and we don't really worry about it because people can always say, "Oh, well, we don't use pick 3 very well anyway." So
Yeah.
all that superstition and the weight on him is going to kind of be removed because he's going to be like, "Well, I'll prove everybody wrong. I'm not going to be a bust." That's what I want.
And just in case we have that brand name, we can always trade him.
Yep. I like
All
it.
right, so what are we looking at here?
I'm
Chris
torn on a few.
Jenkins.
I want
I
to
mean,
hear what they want.
remember, I mean, where's he going to start? When? How soon?
Definitely not edge because the value's just not there.
I agree on that. Absolutely. You can take
We
it.
have actually talked to this guy from Oregon though, Brandon Dorless.
He looked really good at the combine. He's kind of a tweener, if I'm not mistaken, like around 290. So he's, but he moves well.
It's too high for the picks. Go to best player available, and we can go from there.
The best player available, I'm kind of behind that pick a little bit as well.
Too high, not doing it. Like, look, all the offensive tackles to 90 are all off the board right now.
Yeah, but
63.
McGlinchey was from Notre Dame. I'm just saying.
Okay, not the number. The big board is not who I want. There is a few guys I'm eyeballing. If I had to make, go ahead.
Take Junior. Right there at 51.
I'm actually looking at I'm looking at Chris Jenkins, the defensive lineman, but
I don't like any of these picks.
All right, hear me out. I'm looking at two positions, two specifically. I'm looking at corner, and I'm actually looking at guard, interior offensive lineman. The Christian Haynes pick out of UConn, kind of another like a guy that supposedly ran almost exclusively zone blocking. I think he's actually the number one overall like true guard on the board, other than the other guy that's moving to center, if I'm not mistaken, Jackson Powers or whatever his name is. He's known as a center. Christian Haynes, 6'2", 313 guard, or cornerback. Mike Sainstrell is kind of a do-it-all guy.
Okay, I like that, but I'm going to say let's take Junior Colson. He's a linebacker. The reason we take him is where he's rated right there at. We just lost a linebacker in the Super Bowl who might not be playing for a very long time. I know we took some linebackers last year, but this is like backup, right? This is a second-round pick. This is where you potentially would want to see somebody who might have slipped from the first round. And if we don't take him, then here's my argument for taking Chris Jenkins. We just let Armstead go, and unless you fill his void with a veteran, you take a spin right here and you pick up a Michigan guy, because Michigan guys, they seem to last. And we already picked up a Michigan guy last year, so it's not going to be like it's that much of a culture shock to bring in another one. So I'm for drafting Michigan.
Well, so that's we got three Michigan guys in a row here. We got a linebacker, a defensive lineman, and a corner.
What's funny is Colson and Jenkins are both slotted as 4-3 guys too, like systematically speaking.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I want to take the wide receiver.
Okay, take the wide receiver. Let's
No,
do
you
it.
know, what about Leggett though? Did he like what was his
guys.
40 time? You know, is his hands like you know big enough to wrap around Taylor Swift's head? You know,
Are we drafting another Danny Gray?
Braden Fisk isn't on the board. I got to double check that with Chris Jenkins still on the board. I'm pretty sure Fisk is off the board, but at defensive tackle.
Braden Fisk. You talking the defensive lineman?
Yep, FSU.
Michigan does suck, though. Michigan, has they ever had even one good player? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they haven't had like a quarterback or
even
a
one
kicker
quarterback
or
ever in the history of football. Yeah. One good quarterback.
One good quarterback go on to win a Super Bowl. Just
not even one. You couldn't name one, you guys.
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance.
Hey, we've only made one draft pick, guys. We got to but anyway, yeah, he's off the board.
All right, then take the corner. Take the corner from Michigan.
All right, what's your official vote? Let's start with David. What's your official vote, David?
Let's vote. Let's vote.
I'm honestly looking at the corner or the defensive lineman.
Okay,
those are the two guys I'm looking at.
I need an answer.
Now, corner, because both of our starters are free agents next year, at the end of next year.
Yeah, but we're loaded. We got Womack. We got Luter. We got I think we're good, man.
Ward and Lenore are free agents next year, our starters.
Yeah, but there'll be other free agents, and people may step up. Luter and Womack could be our new slot and starting cornerback.
See, the reason I like Mike Sainstrell, if you go and look at his alignment last year, he lined up 151 snaps outside, 403 in the slot, 100 up at the box playing like a safety, 6 in the deep set, 24 lined up as a D. He is like that guy chess piece. And that's why I kind of like him. He is
Was
someone who can just
Michigan
match
State
him up.
really good?
Oh yeah,
Like-
one of the best in the
Yeah.
Like
country. Oh, they
Jimmy
won the
Ward, but maybe faster and not,
He's
not,
5'10",
not in the hospital.
5'10", 182.
I
I
think
said
I think
55.
we're loaded on cornerback, but that's not my vote. It's your vote. Whoever's voting,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
their
Sorry,
vote.
yeah. I didn't want to.
Hey, you have a say in it too. But
All right, Brian,
the
what's
reason
your-
I'm thinking corner again is Chavarius Ward and Diamador Lenore, our two starting guys, are free agents. And we're relying on two guys we don't know about in Womack and Luter Jr. Right?
Yeah,
So
but that's why we drafted
all
them
I'd say.
last year. That's why we got them. That's specifically why we got them.
All right, let's hear Brian's pick. Brian, who you taking? What's your vote?
55 corner. Let's take him.
All right, Kenny, who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with Leggett because I don't like Rice. So I know I'm not gonna win. I'm just betting. I'm just doing my pick.
My pick's gonna get overridden because votes wise, I'm actually would take the guard from UConn. But with that, we've got 2 votes for Sainer still. So
There goes.
pick 55, great value, A plus.
We're still on the
Very
high honor roll.
Good job.
Okay,
A plus.
Brendan Rice. We're taking Brendan Rice.
Yeah, this probably is.
We're voting, buddy. This is a
I've
All
seen
right.
I've seen
this is a
McCaffrey
socialist
taken here. I've
communist
seen Luke McCaffrey
society
taken
we're
here.
doing.
Nah, I ain't trade no 3rd round picks.
Ooh,
There's-
that's
third
tempting.
is, no, 3rd is where
Boo,
all the
Jack,
value's at in this
boo.
draft. I know y'all don't like your 3rd round picks. 3rd's where the
Oh,
value.
the Jets just trade with everybody. Look at that.
They have to. Yeah, they have everybody's true.
They're trying to anything to get
Okay,
Aaron Rodgers.
so
Super Bowl.
wow, there's a safety. Look at that safety,
Ooh.
72.
He's one of the best coverage safeties, pure center fielders, I believe, in this draft at the safety position. Not much of a run defender, if I remember correctly. But like if you're looking for a center field safety, I think he's one of the better ones.
Doesn't his last name mean balls or something?
It means he's taking no bullshit.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, Brendan Rice there in 98. I mean,
I wouldn't. Yeah, but I mean that's the only. Those are the best people, or those are just wide receivers.
yeah, it's
Just
just
wide receivers.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, 3 wide receivers in a row. Shoot, I guess we have to.
Where's
Because if
Luke
we
McCaffrey
wait-
rated on this, actually? Where is
If
he?
we wait, we could wait and we could try to push it to 97.
I don't
He's
think
at
he'll make it to 97.
129. He's at 129. That's Luke McCaffrey.
All
I
right,
like
let's look. Hold on, let's look at the big board between what could
Exactly.
be taken in 3 picks. In the 3 picks, KC, Jacksonville is only picks in between us.
KC wants a wide receiver for sure. They will
Yeah.
take Rice just to spite us,
They will. They will.
and they'll win
Ooh.
4 Super Bowls with him.
They will.
Oh, okay. I'm voting
But
Rice.
look, there are 2 wide receivers
We have to
ranked
spite
above
take
Rice.
Rice so that nobody takes him in spite.
You know what? I've heard some stories about Jalen McMillan too. Like, I think he's under a lot of people's radars right now. Let's see if I can go find his stats.
Yeah, but the Niners have met with, I believe, this safety right here, this edge right here. I don't know if they've met with any or these 3.
They meet with everybody.
I was just gonna say the people they meet with, they usually don't take.
No, they've only met with 60, and there's like 600. So only
Jalen
1 out of 10.
McMillan would fit there. Supposedly he's, doesn't have that elite speed or quickness, but in that crazy attack with Jalim Polk and Rome Odunze, he still found his targets because even though he's not like that elite guy, he's apparently got really good intelligence and knows how to sit down in routes, basically. So he finds the hole in the zone and just sits down in it.
I like Luke because I watch him play. I see CMC / George Kittle.
So right here,
Ooh.
because there are 2 wide receivers, like one's ranked 73 and 79, and Brendan Rice is way back there at 90, 4 or 5 or 98, I think he's ranked at. I believe the next person to take a wide receiver is going to take one of these guys.
Okay.
So
You can let it ride. Let it ride.
Hold on.
I think
Let it
the pick here.
ride.
Now, hold on. This is my argument. The pick here is either the safety, Kalen Bullock, or the edge, Brandon Dorless.
I don't like
Can I
that
look
do you
at
think,
one other
Brian?
position?
safety.
Can I look at tight end? Big board? I know y'all might not like that.
I'm getting
Especially-
bad name juju.
Case in point, y'all, if y'all actually signed the guy
Cade
from the
Stover is the
Pac-12,
best tight end. He's at 88, the Ohio State guy.
Cole Bishop sounds like a nice boy.
Ooh, the Ben Smith, yeah. Ooh, okay, so there's going to be some good tight ends in round 4. Okay. I'm excited for that.
My grandma likes Cole. We should pick him.
There's some really good tight ends in round 4 I'm looking at. So you can take that off the board. Ooh, they're projecting Pooney to move inside?
Pooney.
That's interesting.
Pooney sounds fun, and I like that jersey. Take Pooney.
I've honestly drafted him. He's a career, if I'm not mistaken, left tackle for Kansas. Okay, no, left tackle last year, left guard the year before, but he showed significant improvement moving outside to tackle.
A Jayhawk.
He's more of a pass protector than anything, but a 6'5", 320 pounds. So I could see him moving to guard again.
Didn't Jacksonville sign a wide receiver too?
They did. They signed. Who the fuck did they sign?
So the only one that might take a wide receiver here is KC.
That's what I'm thinking. Unless who have they?
Or
Can
trade.
we see who they've already taken? Is there a way to see that or no?
Oh, they
we'd
went and
have
got
to
Gabe
rewind.
Davis from the Bills. They're going to be loaded at wide receiver next year.
Pittsburgh is good on wide receivers too.
Mhm.
Jacksonville, though, I feel like KC and Jacksonville would take wide receivers right now. Look at them. There's a bunch of them there.
Well, yeah, Devontae Walker, Jalen McMillan. I don't think Brennan Rice is coming off the board before 97.
Well, I don't think Pittsburgh is going to take an edge.
So what do you think here? Do you think Brandon Dorless, Caleb Bullock, or are we going Brennan Rice? You even got this guy from LSU, Mason Smith, but
Let's vote.
Hmm.
Why don't you drag it down a little bit? Can we see the next 2 or 3 guys? Oh, Cole
Bishop, that's
Cole
not the
and
safety
Cade,
from Utah
that's-
that we've met with twice.
Cole, Cade, and Blake. I'm going to name all my kids. That's my kids' names whenever it happens. The sign.
Cole Bishop is 6'2", 207-pound corner. Interesting. I think that's too early to take him. I mean, Bullock's nice.
Well, also, we have at least 2, possibly 3 safeties already.
Yep. What was Hufanga's injury again?
ACL.
ACL, yeah.
He might take.
And
little
he's a
while
free
to get
agent
back.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, Greenlaw said he's coming back day 1. He'll be
And Jair Ward already plays
Game
his
1.
role better. Honestly, well, not better. I'm just gonna say he plays a similar role. I'm sorry.
Chavarius Ward, he's a corner.
Let me see. Where's Brandon?
But Jair Brown. That's who you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry.
I feel like
Yeah.
if Bryce really wanted to be here, I would stretch and take him, but he's just not my vote. That guy had 0 interest in being a 49er.
See, I
Well,
disagree.
think about it from his perspective.
I do. He'll never be his father ever, ever, ever.
Exactly. And if
So-
he comes here, like, what's the fan base going to expect? And I wouldn't expect that from him myself.
To be
But
honest,
not
I feel
every
like we would
49er
have more
fan
patience.
is intelligent, you know?
My personal opinion is I feel like we would have more patience with him than another team. They're going to expect greatness. We know he can't be Jerry ever.
Bryant?
So my thoughts is Brendan Rice is the pick right now, but I would like to see if we skip him, if he would be available in 97. I would like to see that. But if I was picking right now, I would take him at 94 because I don't think he's going to be there at 97. I think he does want to be a 49er. I think he has probably the best chance to be a 49er, even though Frank Gore's, like technically a coach. I just see him having a higher upside than, I'd like to take Gore and, Brendan Rice, but I think Kenny makes a good point. If they come to the Niners, they'll probably have a little bit more maybe patience with that player. Maybe they'll feel too much pressure from the fan base. So
The thing is, that if we take Brendan Rice, Luke McCaffrey, and Frank Gore Jr.,
yeah,
Frank Gore Jr., he has an excellent chance at making the team because right now we have 3 running backs, right?
It's got to be Luke or Brendan.
Brendan Rice and Luke McCaffrey coming at wide receiver when we have Debo, Ayuk, Ronnie Bell, Chris Conley, Juwan Jennings,
Yeah,
Danny
that's a
Gray.
bummer.
Tay
You
Martin.
see what I mean?
Yeah.
If we
Yeah,
draft
but
two
Tee Martin-
those two, then we
Con-
got like 8 guys competing for 6 positions, right?
Well,
Well,
that's
why don't we vote on that then? What wide receiver we want? We can have Luke
Well-
probably at 97.
I
I
still
think
vote
that's
for
a.
Bullock.
I think that's a definite.
okay, but real quickly, you can take all those legacy players and they can make the team. If you look at how the NFL is going right now, it's going to go predominantly offense. So we need offensive players right now. And if you do,
Well, my
you
vote
mentioned-
is Luke.
real quick, if you mention Danny Gray, he's on his way out. We all can see the writing on the walls. Conley and who was the other one that you said?
Tay Martin.
Tay Martin. Tay
Ronnie
Martin.
Bell.
But just a second, Tay Martin is the one that we got from Arena Football League, and then
He's practice squad.
Conley, exactly. So Conley, even though he showed up for special teams in the Super Bowl,
P.S.
we didn't win the Super Bowl, right? So I mean, like he had that one big hit in the Super Bowl. If he would have done something there, that would have. If nobody would have else done anything, he could have made MVP, right? But then we seen Juwan Jennings, and that's why we were maybe saying Juwan was going to get MVP. You look at Ronnie Bell, he's a rookie. We only had him 1 year. So you got to give him another year, unless they're really, really not sold on him. They'll take 2 or 3 wide receivers this year because of how many picks we have. That's my thoughts. So so here's my thought. Then again, if we don't take Brandon Rice at 94 and he's taken, take Luke McCaffrey at 97. And I think that's what will happen.
But if he's there at 97, you still want Rice, correct?
No, I'll be okay with taking Luke as well. I'll take either player.
So what is your vote for this pick? You don't know.
I'm going to step out on it. I'll let you guys make the pick on this one because I
I'm
want to
gonna
see.
go. I'm gonna go with Smith because we could always use D-line. He looks like a beast. LSU 75. We're picking at 94. It just looks good. I'd go with that. I think we can get Rice or McCaffrey with our 97th pick.
We could probably get McCaffrey with 124.
And if that's
because
possible,
he's
that would be
ranked
fantastic.
129.
My vote.
That's
for
also
Bullock.
And then
Right.
in that case, I would drop Gray and Bell or trade them. I really don't care. I don't care what those guys do, to be honest with you. If
So
I could have
what's your
Rice,
pick, Tyler?
Rice and McCaffrey, I would trade Gray and Bell in the draft on draft day.
all right. So Mason Smith isn't our type of interior lineman. He's too tall.
Mhm.
Remember, we're going for the short, stocky guys now.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the tall guys.
Oh, that's right.
So,
Eric Armstead,
yeah.
how tall is he? He's out the door.
6'6".
He's
Yeah.
6'6". He's over 6'3". He's not. That ain't gonna work.
Too tall.
Yep, too tall.
Wait, you're saying
So we got
who's too
either
tall?
the safety, which I do like. The
I'm
safety
screaming
pick.
for the safety.
Kenny, you want to take the safety because Hufanga becomes a free agent, and we don't know exactly how what he's going to be when he comes back.
Well, were you saying this guy Smith? He's on the D line, not the O line.
Yeah, but the interior defensive lineman, we're going for short, stocky guys now.
Okay. Then I vote for the safety, Kalen Bullock.
All right, I'm down for that.
A.
It only gave us an A.
They took the plus away because we took a
Kind of
lot.
like how Bryant was saying, the game's going towards point scoring. But with that being said, like Baltimore's always said, you can never have enough corners, man. Because God forbid, even one corner goes down. Like case in point, let's say Lenore goes down for the season, or your other starting corner. That is so huge, and you can never have enough corners. And
Wasn't Ambry Thomas from Michigan?
Okay, so
Sure.
nope, they didn't take. They didn't
Hey,
take. Look, they
UNC guy.
took one of the. They took the wide receiver that was ranked 73. Kansas City did.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll get that guy to be an All-Pro.
Probably 6'2",
So
200-pound
we do still
guy.
have
Yeah.
Brendan Rice and Luke McCaffrey.
By his
Luke
fifth year, that-
McCaffrey's at 129. Edge,
so Rice is
Brendan
there. and
Dorless.
We wanted him, right?
inside offensive line.
That's Avantez Walker. I might have to go watch tape on him. Honestly, I'm like reading the scouting notes on him. He went to Kent State in 22, and in 2022 at Kent State, he played against Washington, Oklahoma, and Georgia. That's 3 really good defenses. And he balled out against all 3 of them with Kent State and Foster, quarterback and O-line, which is pretty fucking
let's
impressive.
talk about why the wide receiver room for a moment here.
Okay.
We have our 2 starters. We have Juwan Jennings, right? Then we have Ronnie Bell, Danny Gray, right? Chris Conley. I do not know who else they've signed. They probably signed a couple guys that are camp bodies already. And then, so we're going to be drafting, Brendan Rice. He's 6'3", runs a 4.5 40. Luke McCaffrey is 6'2" and runs a 4.41 40. So when it comes to Shanahan, let's get in his head, which is probably impossible. Who do you think he's going to take, Rice or McCaffrey? Bryant?
I
There's
I think since Brendan's there, we should probably take him. But if you guys want to pick a different player or suggest somebody better, then I'm open to listen. I think we could possibly take McCaffrey too at 124, or even take him now. I wouldn't be mad at it. Now I'd actually like to see if we take McCaffrey now and we try to go for Brendan at 124. I'm going to say the Steelers take Rice right after us. That's my prediction.
I am leaning. I like the Brendan Rice pick, so I didn't get to see him at the combine. He didn't compete, so I haven't seen as much of him. 6'3", 210 pounds senior. The thing is this: looking at the depth chart here of the Niners at wide receiver, like we talked about, Ronnie Bell drafted last year, one of my guys that ended up on my draft special. Love him.
Michigan.
Exactly. Chris Conley started his career with the Chiefs. Used to be known for his speed and getting behind people. He's going into his 9th plus season. Juwan Jennings. How many years has Juwan been in the league now?
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4th and forever. Or no, that's 3rd and Juwan, right?
And I'm not as updated on the Ayuk situation as y'all. There's no telling which way that direction that could go potentially. I think we have the money.
Then just keep listening to Shannon Sharp's podcast. He's getting everybody to open up on that one. He had Eric Armstead, and now he's got Brandon Ayuk on it. Just him and Ocho Cinco, man, they're getting everybody.
Hey, why is this guy 20 points lower than Rice? I mean, if I wasn't a 49er fan, I'm taking McMillan. But I wonder, why is he still there at this point in the draft?
I'd take Brendan Rice, honestly. It seems like he's known for his route running and being more tech savvy than majority of the receivers in this class.
So why 20 points ahead of Brendan Rice? Legacy. Jerry Rice's son.
So Jalen McMillan, the reason he's rated higher is, again, Roma Duzier went off the board like top 10 picks. Jalen Folk probably went off the board somewhere high in the 2nd round as well. This guy was like option number 3 and was still getting this kind of like Brendan Rice. They're both similar, route running, savvy. McMillan, like I said, made a lot of his money sitting down in zone coverages. But he also has the ability to stretch the field maybe a little better than Brendan Rice does, according to scouts notes, that is. Brendan Rice apparently has bring special teams return experience as well. So another reason why you might want to just bring him on. Have a different legacy than his father.
You twisted my arm. Let's take him.
What's y'all's votes? I know I got Bryant with me on this one.
I'm taking McMillan because, like I said, if I'm not a Niner fan, I just don't care. This guy's ranked 20 points lower.
Kenny's following the board true and true. I got to respect that. So
mine is for McMillan. And like I said, I just don't like little Jerry's vibe. I'm not feeling it. Little Jerry, I don't like it. Little Jerry, I don't like him.
David, dude, you're like the tiebreaker here, basically.
It's like The Chair or The View. What's that show? What the hell is that show? Not The View or The Chair. Where the chair spins and then like, you're out.
Oh, The Voice?
There it is.
You can call me Luke
The
Bryan.
one,
You've done it. You made me
Lavos.
turn my chair around now.
the
All right.
Vox.
So,
R.I.P. Captain Holt.
So at this point, if we take Brendan Rice, then he's going to be kind of Juwan Jennings' replacement.
Mm.
David,
See what I'm
let
saying?
Juwan go. Let Juwan go.
I'll admit, I've got respect for
All
Juwan.
right,
I
we're
like
taking
having
him. It gave us an A for some
I like
reason.
having that veteran guy to be
For
wide
some
receiver
reason,
number 3, but you got to groom someone behind him.
USC. It's already. I'm getting bad vibes.
We just
We
keep him
fall
in the
into
state. We keep him
fall
in state,
into
baby.
a hole, some sort of hole we've slipped into.
Do. You've entered the USC zone.
All right, reject.
You've got a Trojan virus.
Reject it and take McCaffrey.
Oh, and I'm not terribly upset if we do go back to back on wide receiver. It just means you're going to be set for the next 4 years and not have to draft a single one.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting rid of Ayuk and Debo.
Ooh.
I'm preparing for the future.
You gonna trade Ayuk for a first round pick next year, midseason, whenever Brendan
No, I'm
Rice
gonna
or Luke
franchise
McCaffrey?
him. I'm franchising tagging Ayuk next year if he doesn't want to cooperate.
What if he threatens to sit?
Then
and not
I'm
play?
going to let him sit. It hurts him, not me.
Okay.
I'll bring a practice wide receiver up. I got Brock Purdy, man.
But the thing is this, it's not gonna hurt you, but you could have made picks off of it. What if someone offers you mid-season? Let's say this. Ayuk goes down with an injury early, just like light injury. I'm gonna miss 2 to 4 games. I'm gonna give you a scenario. Brendan Rice, Luke McCaffrey, whatever, they start getting more reps. They're balling, bro. They look like Ayuk 2.0. And mid-season, the Tennessee Titans approach you. Hey, we'll give you a first this year for Ayuk, or a second plus a fourth.
I'd tell them they can have Debo.
At that point, I make him suffer. I've already given you an off. I've already given you.
I gotta respect that.
Because
Debo could replace Henry.
You have to look at it too, from an owner perspective. It's like all these owners are in a club. If one guy's being disrespected, and another owner comes in and is like, "Oh, we'll take him off your hands." Those guys have to have been talking for a little while or something, right? They have to have some kind of relationship. But for them, they then say, "Okay, well, I'm going to give him to come play for me." Well, sometimes just changing, the locker room does help. But then again, it's like if he did that to me over here, what makes you think he's not going to do it to you? And it's almost like they do. All these owners come together and then they check the players and they say, "Hey, you guys can't do that." So that's why they have, and they've changed it where the players sit out. Now it's becoming worse and worse on them. They're not getting paid. So I'm going to make them sit. You want to sit for 2 years? I'll franchise tag you 2 years in a row. And we'll see how well and great of a player you are when you're 30 and old, right?
Wonder what Steve-O's question is for Kenny.
I'm going to go off topic for just a quick second. If you guys ever play Madden and you played for 30 years the way I do, you realize all these legacy names pop out like they are this year. And then at the same time, very hard to pronounce names come out. So I feel like right now we're definitely in a simulation of a simulation while we're playing a simulation.
I can already see David's kind of got the same track of mind I'm thinking of. I think at this point, there's a couple good edge rushers still on the board. It's I want McCaffrey, but I'm man,
we just took a wide receiver.
I wasn't behind those.
If we take two
A's,
wide receivers, that's 4 wide receivers. I don't even know if they're going to make the roster. And I mean Ronnie Bell, Danny Gray. It'll be Brendan Rice and Luke McCaffrey.
No more wide receivers.
And I'll be honest, those 3.
We probably won't really take one in the draft. I guarantee you, we're not taking a wide receiver.
I like all 3 of those edge rushers. I think all 3 of those guys can be developmental guys that can come in their rookie year as backups in situational pass rushing conditions and give you minimum 4 sacks. All 3 of those edge rushers.
It's actually recommending a running back, which I don't agree with. We're not doing that.
Why? Oh God, I thought it was our 3rd pick. I was like, don't do it.
But all right. I have to give you the devil's advocate. I got to knock on fucking wood before I even say this. God forbid McCaffrey goes down. What's your plan? Is Elijah Mitchell ready? The one that's currently on roster. God forbid. Like I said, I'm knocking on fucking wood, right?
I have zero
rely
problem.
on a very injury prone Elijah Mitchell and JP Mason.
I'm not afraid.
And that's the only reason I think you got to at least give the idea of if the board was screaming someone. I don't know if Estime's that guy out of Notre Dame, but
I think if Jordan Mason starts every game last year, we go to the same amount. We win the same games. We go to the same game, and we lose the same game. Sorry, CMC. We were
But we
doing
could-
it
we
with
could definitely
Raheem.
agree
We did
if
it with
something happens to
Raheem. We were
CMC,
doing it with
offense
Coleman.
takes
We
a
were
step
doing it
back,
with
right?
Breida. We don't need CMC. We never needed CMC. We never needed him.
ooh.
That's true. That's just true. That's just Kyle playing Madden in real life. He wanted CMC. He made it happen. He wanted Trent. He made it happen.
The Estime pick, like I
It's all
said,
good.
my neighbor is a Notre Dame alumni, and so we talk a little bit about these Notre Dame players. We talk about Kyle Hamilton, of course, who's on the Ravens. I mean, he's been screaming about Estime and how he's better than Kyron Williams ever was. Because, of course, if you don't know, Kyron Williams was the lead back before Estime was over at Notre Dame. And Kyron had a pretty good year over in that LA Rams offense. He's a
I know-
5'11", 230-pound back, by the way.
I know we're not the Niners, and I know we're just having fun here. Remember me saying this? We're drafting Brendan Rice and McCaffrey with the 3rd and 4th pick this year. Remember me saying this? It's going to happen.
I don't know if we'll take both of them.
That's okay.
Whatever Brian
I
said,
really think we
he
will.
paid for my car payment.
I really
Oh,
think
yeah.
we will. I believe we will.
You know
It's okay if we don't. I won't be mad. I really believe we will. We're gonna use our 94 and 97 pick. We're gonna just like what we're doing right here.
I'm gonna let y'all debate. I'm gonna make a drink. Looks like we got a bunch of people also dropping into the chat. If y'all want to hit some of them up, ask them, man. What do they think about the draft so far? I'm gonna go make another Crown of Coke. I'll be right back, and then I want to debate this pick.
Okay, so David, again, the reason I think we're taking these wide receivers is because we are ensuring our future. Debo is older than people think. Juwan Jennings is probably going to be here maybe one more year. So if we get 2 wide receivers, that extends their future. That extends our future with wide receivers with our rookie quarterback, who in just a year or 2 is going to be asking to get paid as well. So that gives him a window with his wide receivers where we don't have to pay them right away. That's, again, I don't know. It could happen. Like JP and Angels of the Outfield, it could happen.
Well, I mean, when Brock Purdy's contract kicks in, Debo's contract is done because he's only signed for 3 years, and this was his first year, I think, of his signing. Yes, this was his first year of his contract. So then, Brock Purdy's going into his 3rd year, negotiate an extension with him, and
So
it don't kick in till after year 4, and that's Debo's last year. So Debo's going to be off the books.
But will Debo really be off the books, David? Because aren't they going to do something? Aren't they going to maneuver something around? And he might not be on the team, but we'll still be paying for him.
They might not actually kick the can down the road on him because they plan on him not being with us, or maybe even trading him this next off season. There's a hot take for you folks.
I just don't see them letting him go if he's changing his number and he's turning into the face of the franchise. When they target him the way they did in the Super Bowl and they don't target Ayuk. Ayuk's supposed to be the one who can catch better too. I don't know, guys. I know Ayuk's the favorite, but I don't know if I don't know if either one of the players will be on the team much longer. Kittle, he's getting older. Juice, everybody wants to see him go. So Mitchell, I see Mitchell possibly getting traded. JP Mason, there's some reason they don't want to play him. Either he can't block or they fear him fumbling.
Sorry, guys. Levi and I have an intense game of chess going on off screen.
What?
Where's David?
Oh, I started going off about the wide receivers, and everybody left me.
I was getting my drink.
no. My neighbor came. He was knocking at my door, and I'm not paying attention because I got my earbuds in. So he's like yelling my name through the window. So I figured I'd go shut him up and talk to him for a minute. You know, I seriously do. I need a do not disturb sign. I'm gonna light it up. I'm gonna put it in my window. It's gonna say "Do not disturb." It's gonna have some 5-letter words in there.
Yeah, you should have an on-air thing. You're supposed to have an on-air
That would actually be a good one.
little sign outside.
Anyways, so we're still drafting, guys. We're still on the first mock draft.
I just want to
Um,
go on record, say I didn't agree to those A's that don't have pluses. I didn't vote for those guys.
So at this point, they've talked to that Christian Jones offensive tackle from Texas.
I like him a lot too, but
They've talked to him.
we went ahead and already got our future right tackle. Like we even traded up for him. I
Yeah,
think
but Trent
he's-
Williams, it's his last year.
Hold on. Let me double check.
Hey,
something.
we don't know. We don't know.
I
It
think
could be.
Christian
It could be
Jones-
one more year after this year with Trent. If we got him a decent, sub, he could sit down half the plays.
Okay, so where are we going right here, guys? We're at 124.
I think I know Bryant's pick.
I'm going wide receiver, 100%. No.
Another wide receiver?
Just kidding.
All right, hold on. Let's get it official though. Bryant, you want?
McCaffrey.
Okay, just double check it. I don't want to.
Who?
He wants. His
McCaffrey.
goes McCaffrey. All right, David. David, you're up next.
Hold
man.
on. It's impossible to draft a guy
Wait.
that has
No.
I don't see him on the board.
Luke
Scroll down on the.
Luke probably went right after we
He
picked.
did. He went
he went, like,
411
after
right
we
there
picked.
to the Jets.
Yes,
Oh.
111 to the Jets.
Man,
Wow.
That's
Salo is
Wow.
the best guy.
So we got one, but we didn't get the other.
Dang.
It's
That's
a blessing.
dirty. That's
So we
dirty.
should have done it. We should have taken Brendan at 94, and then we could have taken Luke at 97.
It's God's will. It's God's will.
I'm telling you, we're
No.
not going to be taking both of them. I don't think so.
You don't know this. David betrayed you as a scout. David leaked it that we were taking him next, and we really wanted him. He sold out to the Jets.
Oh boy.
The Jets are the
No,
dark side.
Robert Saleh. Robert
This
Saleh
definitely
on
makes
our
this a
heads,
lot
and he knew
harder.
we were taking him with the 124.
Oh,
But
this
it's like,
changes
no,
everything.
now.
Is
I
it
was
Robert
going to agree
Salah?
with you, Brian.
I think
I
it's
was
Robert
on your
Salah.
side.
I
He
think
was
it's
ranked,
Robert
he was
Salah.
ranked 129. They took him way early.
Oh, God, that was pure spite move. And like what we talked about earlier with the JJ McCarthy pick to the Colts, even if the pick is not accurate, it's accurate that someone probably traded up to that spot, predicting, of course, that the Niners were going to take him next. So even if it wasn't the Jets, it was probably Seattle. That's who it was. It was definitely Seattle that traded up to the Jets pick to go get McCaffrey. I bank money on it.
Hey, real quick, I want to tell everybody who is in the chat, thank you so much for showing up, being a part of the chat. Please like, subscribe, share if you can, if you have a community page or a tab or Twitter or some kind of Instagram, Facebook. We appreciate you. Also, if there's questions that you have, throw them in the chat. We will try to read them. But as far as, this is David's probably going to be ending this pretty quickly after we get the show and the draft done. But
Well, it's taken us the war room. This is taking a minute to get through the draft, folks, because we're not going single GM. We're going war room with it.
again,
It's fine.
Philly
This
special
is
card.
literally how it goes. Too. This is why it takes so long for the pick to come in.
And what's
You're seeing
really
it
beautiful.
firsthand.
Go ahead, Brian.
Philly special cards and CarCast, the DMs. David can check those later. We're gonna run through the draft guys, and then again, we can go from there. But
What I really
if you have
love
any
about-
other football questions about players, if you want to throw those in, or dad jokes, we'll read those out during
Oh
the
Lord.
But
One thing I like about this approach, we've almost all of us, other than the Fuaga pick, almost all of us have had at least one pick overridden by the majority, which is again really how the draft war rooms go. So I love that. Like
It really is. And the Colts both just like shorted themselves out because they're off camera now. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I had
Oh.
I had background. I had some background people. And
Oh, you're
but
good.
you know,
You're good,
let's go
buddy.
ahead and
But all right, yeah, let's
keep
get to that
knocking
pick.
it down.
All
So
right, what are we
124.
looking at? We're at 124. Let's look at tight end.
That's a good one to look at, actually.
See, and I
And that's
disagree.
not
I-
the value is not there.
It's not
I disagree with tight end because we took tight ends last year.
last year. Yeah.
And I want to take an undrafted tight end this year, my cousin. So I'm
Okay,
scratching tight end this whole draft.
I'm leaning towards this edge pick.
We just
I think
signed
David
Brock
is
Wright.
too.
Dude, this is a guy that come highly recommended from Terror Dome. I don't know if he's watching.
He's one of my guys too, dude. I have mocked this guy to the Ravens over and over and over again. Like,
Look at
How do you
linebacker.
say his last name?
Value's not
Karma?
really there.
Is it Kamara or Karma?
I
Kicker.
believe it's Kamara.
Nope.
Kamara?
Punter. Nope. Kamara.
Yeah, take
So,
him, dude. 123.
6'1", 250. More of a finesse guy, which works, I think, well for us. That Colorado State team was no joke. The only other guy, we have is Javon Solomon. Oh, we took a pick. Never mind.
Ooh, we got Kamara. We're still on the high honor roll, guys. And I'm
Sure.
rejecting Tampa Bay's offer.
How do you make a tissue dance, Crazy Juice? You put a little boogie in it.
Very nice.
Hold on, we got dad jokes happening in the.
I was about to say we got a good question in the chat too about the Vikings.
Oh yeah, the Vikings first round moves. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I'd like to know what the Falcons are going to do with their first pick. That's a little interesting as well.
That is true, actually.
Ooh, what will
Kirk
the
and
Ravens do with
Bijan.
the 30th pick?
With Kyle Pitts too and Drake London, that
Oh,
Atlanta
yeah.
team
For-
could be nasty.
John
bro.
Jay had a question way back.
Yeah, there it is.
So Vikings first round moves.
They've got two, right?
With the
They have
signing of Sam Darnold, I totally see them moving up and taking one of the QBs,
100%.
not named Caleb Williams, because he's probably going to the Bears first overall.
That's probably why they paid him $10 million so Sam Darnold can, groom the next quarterback.
Mhm.
Smart.
And he won't feel pressured to leave or like he needs to leave or do anything because they're paying him significant.
hold on.
to be there.
Good question. It's 1 Forest 1. Crazy Juice.
Man. One. Forest. One. I was running.
I don't know if I got that right though. Let me know.
Yeah.
All right, we're at pick 135, and that running back is still on the board. That's great.
Oh, I know
Eight-
that's hard to
eight with no
pass, in my
pluses.
opinion.
I don't
The
like
thing
it.
is, though, he doesn't really fit y'all's system at being a little bit bigger at 230. Like, it'd be a great
We've
pick for the
gone-
Ravens, but
Mama
We've
said he
gone
was
3
large,
defense,
man.
2 offense. I kind of feel like we should go offensive player here.
can I look at the tackles and interior offensive line?
The tackles,
Ooh.
Roger Rosengarten,
Solid
Christian
name.
Jones, which is someone the Niners, and Javon Foster. The Niners met with him too.
Ooh, there's some good guys here. Like, I kind of feel
And then
like this is-
inside offensive line, Mason McCormick from South Dakota State. He would definitely be a redshirt player because he's coming from Division II.
D2.
Yeah, but McCormick, that's solid. He'll start. Draft him. Yep,
You sure,
I'm solid.
Kenny?
Take him.
Kenny?
A guard?
We like guards. They're versatile.
I'm not feeling it.
I
Yeah.
feel like there's some good tackles that could be converted to guards, is what I feel like.
I'd rather go tackle, and if he sucks, you move him than guard.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I
Well,
think there's
if
just
you
so
get
many
a
good
good
tackles.
guard, right? Then you're gonna think he can play tackle. And sometimes you're okay. Sometimes, right?
See,
You know?
scroll down on those tackles actually real quick. There's a
Sorry,
guy
kid.
from North
Think.
Dakota
You're
that
a
I think
guard
is going to
now.
be a guard, actually.
I was a guard.
That's a tackle listed
Like-
technically.
You're a guard now.
There's
I was a
another
guard
South
because I
Dakota
was-
I think he's
guy,
actually gone.
Garrett Greenfield.
Duck, 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 Guard.
Yeah. Who are the worst kids? All right, he's gonna be guard.
I think is my North Dakota guy already gone off the board? Jalen Sundell's who I'm looking for.
Yes, he is, because we're at 300 right there.
Yeah,
I know who you're
Jalen
talking
Sundell's my
about. He's-
North Dakota guy who I think is going to convert to guard and be very successful. But I think he's
Either
already
that
gone.
or either that or these guys have him listed as a guard.
That's what I was thinking too.
I don't know. I think you got to have to go back up. You got to take
We're
that
way down.
guard.
Way
You
down.
got to take
Yeah.
that guard. McCormick.
Take
I'd buy
McCormick?
his jersey. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
he's
get a
a-
fit. Let's
I
get some.
think-
Go ahead.
If he's a Mason, he's a stone brick.
Where
later.
is he on the big board? Where is he on the big board? I know there's going to be wide receivers and running backs there. And
He's
stuff,
at
right?
119 on the big board. I think 110 is the
It's
top
the
of all.
lowest
Let's see.
guy.
In Bryant's
108.
Points.
108 is the top of all. It's a
I
running
figured
back.
running back, wide receiver, cornerback. I figured.
So I want to give some stats to help Brian's point.
I
I'm
picked
leaning towards this
Rosengarten.
pick now,
Sorry.
actually. So he's a 3-year starter. 876 snaps 2021, 900 in 2022, 830 in 2023. He's played 3 straight full seasons at left guard exclusively. And almost ran at North Dakota State exclusively zone, basically, instead of gap. So he kind of fits the scheme really well. He's a career left guard with no injuries, 6'5", 315 senior. I kind of like the pick.
I'm changing my pick. I'm picking Christian Jones, Texas, because I know that people hate Texas.
I like Christian Jones. He's a good guy.
Now,
Longhorns-
here's my-
The Niners have actually met with this guy.
I would love
believe that
that.
if they have their choice right here, they're drafting him.
I kind of like that. Also, now here's the thing. That's a great pick if our first round pick can make the transition to left guard when Trent Williams retires.
Oh,
It's an
gives us a B
outstanding
plus for that.
Boo!
That's our
because he's
first.
from
That's our
Texas.
first B.
That's just Texas hate, y'all.
It's probably also just hating me that we took basically 2 right tackles essentially, because Fuaga
They're-
is 100% a right tackle and Christian Jones is a career right tackle.
Yeah, they're mad. We're
Yeah, they
hoarding
just-
right tackles.
But like I
my
said, if we have
goodness.
faith in Fuaga,
Oh no, take the trade.
The Niners have met with this guy twice.
we don't need him though.
Tony
Yeah,
Vacchi.
we took Bull.
We took a safety.
Yeah, we don't need him
So?
now.
Yeah, but we
With
could have,
Shair as well.
guys, we could have him do a dance off to see who could make the team. They're both
Hmm.
really good.
Yeah,
Oh my
in
God.
different
Ooh,
styles
dance
of
off.
dance.
So at 176, we took 2 offensive tackles. So I think depth wise, we're good on there. I think we should look at inside offensive line. What do you guys think?
Take
Well,
a look
we've
at wide
taken
receiver
two.
for me. No, I'm just
We-
kidding. I won't do that again.
I
We've
would.
taken 2 offensive tackles already. So
Can we address the
Ooh, that's
defensive
some
line
good
depth?
value right there, though.
How about say, can we take in defensive linemen for depth? That's a position
Yeah.
we haven't touched at all.
no, we
I tried to
Oh,
touch
we
it.
got an edge.
I tried to touch it, Levi.
Well, it's 250 kind of edge, a very light edge player. No one that can move.
I actually
inside,
like.
outside.
I actually like this. This guy fits what the Niners build around. And he's at 223.
Yeah, he's really good.
I tried to
there's a
take
couple
2
guys.
LSU linemen.
You
D
did.
lineman.
You did.
I don't know.
This
we got
sucked. You
Brandon
guys. I'm
Coleman,
leaving. I'm taking my ball. I'm going home, you guys.
Tanner Boltolini.
I mean, Bertolini. If his name was Tortellini, I'm all in. But Bertolini, I'm not feeling it.
I don't know. Like if Coleman's still there, you take Coleman because he's solid. He can pack ice. He'll keep it cold. He can bring campfire. He brings the energy. I'm telling
Take
you,
nut fire?
Coleman's solid.
Here, let's see what's if the scouts got any notes on him. Coleman.
Yeah,
said-
Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Hold on.
Let's go, Brandon.
Scouts are probably on Adderall. All of them.
Oh, he's probably listed as a tackle on here, but the course going to move inside.
But that's okay because if he's a tackle and he's any good, then he'll tackle his way into the line and he'll get his starting position
Coleman. Why am I having a hard time finding him?
because he's really good and underrated.
I like the confidence.
6'5", 325.
We've drafted him before.
Have we?
Yeah, in other
You know what
rounds.
though? This guy is like Feliciano, but younger and probably a little bit fleeter of foot.
Every time we get around his name, I always try
There
to
we
say
are.
it.
More of a gap guy than a zone guy. Let's see. Final year played left tackle and left guard, but was the previous year, which was his best year on record, was a primary left tackle. So he's bounced around between left guard, left tackle, but stands out
Hey.
more at left tackle a little bit. But it's not
He's
outstanding numbers. It's pretty bad actually.
It's pretty bad.
Like case point, University of Houston, which we have that edge rusher on the board, looks like he got worked. Ended up finishing the grade with a 62.3 grade. In zone blocking, he's rated as a 52.0, under the lower third quartile. So but in gap grade, which is power, he's one of the better blockers supposedly. Which at 6'6", 320, I bet he is.
You know what? We have all these picks, and we're not going to start any of the people that we picked. I'm going to take the safety from Utah and let them all work let them all compete.
Okay, let's make our votes. Let them
all compete. So I take Utah.
All right, Brian.
I'm going to call him Utah.
You got your guy Coleman?
I'm taking Utah as well because I want to see the dance off.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right,
I'm honestly taking this guy as well because the Niners have actually met with him multiple times.
Okay. I wouldn't go this direction.
They're not going to give us a good grade.
Yeah, this is one where I'm getting overridden.
All right, we're going to get a C+.
Could be the first.
Okay, what do you guys think we're going to get before I draft?
Definitely could be the first C+.
Gold star.
C+, Bryant?
Gold star.
Gold star? Raven? Levi?
What? Oh, the predicted grade?
Yes.
It's going to give you a B-.
Oh,
close.
Wow.
We're still on the high honor roll, guys.
It's not bad. And look, they gave us an A for the other guy.
Now we have 3 draft picks left.
Oh, isn't that OJ Simpson's
line.
Kid? No.
Defensive line. What about is Eric all gone? Yes, he is.
Devin Culp in the house. Yeah, but he'll
Look
be
at that. He's at 278.
He's moving up because of us. He's been moving up because we've been taking him.
Well, we've been talking about him, so his name's been getting brought into the algorithm, and then he's
Colts
been
are trending.
Colts
are trending hot right now.
All I can say is you're welcome, fam. That's all I can say.
I have something interesting for y'all, by the way.
We're gonna make it happen.
About that Vaki pick. If you sign Vaki, he's not going to be playing safety. Apparently, he's trying to be a full committed running back in the NFL. He doesn't have much experience at the college level, but what we saw from him in 2023 playing both sides of the ball, he absolutely can contribute in the NFL. His home run speed with fantastic.
Oh, he's a returner.
No, he's committed to playing running back in the NFL, not safety. I don't know.
He's going to be a returner
with the new kickoff rules.
Yeah,
the new kickoff rules. Vaki's going to be our return guy.
They're going to put Lamar Jackson back there.
I don't know. I was telling Terry on this. I don't know if y'all remember. They used to put Ed Reed back there when they needed to take one
I like
back.
playing defensive guys at returner.
Oh, I'm waiting. Like I said, I'm waiting for that power package that's going to force a timeout. When you walk out your 170-pound corners and I walk out my extra linemen and defensive tackles, and I'm like, hey, push them downfield. They can't get the speed to get around you. Push them downfield.
All right, guys. Well, is there any position you two would like to address, Bryant and Kenny?
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Is there any position you would like to address? And I'm talking about football playing positions here, not.
Oh, all right.
Good clarification. I almost slipped up there.
I can't see everything. I don't know. I think we do need maybe a D tackle still.
Which there are still good D tackles on the board.
That's probably where we should look.
Gabe Hall, 6'6", 293. He's too tall. Dang it.
Nice.
Is he athletic enough to switch out to play the defensive end spot? Because that
If he's an athlete, he can.
trying to look at his combine here.
Let me see. Hall, we're number 8 at the combine, 291, 506.40 with a 173 split. So at 291, you would think so. It does not look like he did any of the edge drills though. Decent marks on the other interior line drills. So he's kind of like a tweener guy a little bit, it seems like.
But yeah, is there any position you guys have in mind you would like to look at real fast? Or
What about you, Bryant?
we're at 211, so we're probably in practice squad zone here.
Okay, so if we're at 211, we have what, 2 picks left?
Line snapper? Long
we-
snapper?
Is this our last pick?
No,
Okay. I'd like to pick the tight end, my cousin, last if he's available. I think we can get him undrafted. But for here, we've got a offensive tackle, cornerback, a safety, a wide receiver, an edge. If you want to scroll
hold on,
up,
let me scroll down. I'll scroll down.
Okay, so we
Another
have
offensive tackle and a safety. So at this point, we're real heavy on the defense.
And
Hey,
that's
uh,
okay. 'cause
Inside
we're-
offensive lineman. Hold on. No Bortolini. Nope, no Bortolini.
Yeah, for me, I'm going defensive line. I think there's just some really good depth. I've been advocating in like the shows for weeks that I think in the 5th round there is such great depth at defensive line, and
Yeah, go DL. Let's see what
I
they got.
believe DL is the pick.
I know it might be crazy.
So Gabe Hall's 6'6", 291.
Why is he still there? What's wrong with him? He's the only girl on the dance floor. Why is she still there?
And he's at 164. So that's the question: is why is he still there? Right?
Yeah, good question.
What's our pick right now?
211.
I mean, that's like half of 100, y'all.
I'm telling you, man, one of my favorite guys is Logan Lee. He looks so good at the combine too.
I
at
say
all.
take Gabe. Let's take Gabe, and if Logan Lee's still there, then we swing back and take Logan Lee. 'Cause Lee's a solid player too. Good guy, good family man.
Hey guys, I have a quick question. What does Michael Jackson love to do on vacation?
What's that?
Well, I don't know what.
Ski. Anyway,
We don't need like
That's
a
fine.
pure run blocker, right? Or run stopper on that
So
defensive line.
Marcus Harris is 6'3", 295.
Christian
so
Boyd's
he's
not
about
there
the-
under Logan Lee, is he?
He's about the size that we need. That's what we like right now. But the guys we're getting are actually over 3, between 310 and 325. Because we don't like them tall guys anymore.
that's what she said. No, they never say that.
Let me ask, do we need a run stopper? As a
Yes.
depth piece.
We always do.
The only one who could do it is no longer here.
Hey guys, what's the German word for bra? Stop them from flopping.
I love it.
Nice.
Jefferson's going to be
6'3",
more of a-
313.
Mhm.
This is the most stressful thing I've done all year.
Oh yeah, is it? Well, so at this point, the guy we're picking might not be making the team because we have Hargrave.
Not
We
unless
have
they
the
expand
guy we
the
traded
roster.
for. We have Collins, the guy we traded for Houston. We have Elliott, right? We have Kalia Davis,
Mhm.
and we currently have T.Y. McGill and Kevin Gibbons under contract, all interior.
Yes, we do.
So I don't know if this guy's actually he's gonna have to be
Kevin
good to make the team.
Gibbons is a free agent next year as well.
Yeah, but we would drop
Yes.
any of those guys if these guys were better in a heartbeat.
This is true. So Gabe Hall, Marcus Harris,
I mean, Gabe
who's
Hall for
6'3",
me.
295, or Jordan Jefferson, who's 6'3", 313.
T.Y. McGill is also a free agent next year. So there's 2 defensive tackles there that are free agents next year. I'm still running down the list. There might be another
You
one.
have to take Gabe Hall because you
Yeah.
can build around him. You
I mean,
can
unless
build
there's something
around
wrong
him.
with him.
Ooh, we're back on the high honor roll, guys.
Hot diggity dog, A+.
And it's our pick again. So here we go.
Let me look at
Offensive
running
lineman?
back.
Is that
Let me look
offensive
at-
lineman?
Oh, hold on. Let's look at tackles if we're also looking at offensive linemen. Because again, there's so many tackles that can move inside here.
Hey man, we got 2 tackles already.
Oh yeah, but this guy
Garrett Greenfield, South Dakota State.
Man. My vote is to look at running backs, but I want to hear what y'all want to look
Oh,
at.
hell no.
What pick are we at? 121 again or 122?
215.
215? Okay.
We can
We have
find
one-
the next Raheem Mostert in the undrafted free agency.
I think
Was a Raven
inside
first.
offensive line's the way to go here.
Okay.
Trevor
I don't have
Keegan, I mean,
anything.
jeez.
He's a Jim Harbaugh guy.
We have a lot of Michigan players
Yeah.
and USC.
I noticed the offensive lineman from Michigan did not get a lot of love this year. I don't know why. Like
Well, Banks
Keegan
was
and Nugent. Like
Was Banks in Michigan or was he from Notre Dame? I still don't know.
Notre Dame.
Okay, jeez.
so Keegan played almost exclusively left guard for 3 years for the
6'6", 320.
We definitely don't need Keegan.
more of a pass blocker than a run blocker, which is surprising.
We definitely need Keegan.
We do
He's more of a pass blocker than a run blocker.
pass our own, blocking our own
mean-
passes.
I
maybe.
mean,
How about Delmar Glaze?
I'm
That
about to
sounds
say
cool.
I've seen him in some mocks.
Maryland. He's from Maryland.
Delmar Glaze.
He's from Baltimore.
Is that,
Baltimore.
that sounds like a donut. Delmar Glaze, doesn't it?
Well, he could hang out with Kool-Aid. Did you ever dip a glazed donut in Kool-Aid? That's what-
Ooh, no.
You want a sugar shock?
Brian, have you ever dipped a glazed donut in Kool-Aid?
No, but I have tried the mayonnaise in my coffee. I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, Will
Oh.
Levis over here.
Wow. Breakfast of Champions.
Hey, when my quarterback said he liked it, I thought, you know what? And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I don't have any milk today. So Tony wouldn't try it. But I did.
You know, Delmar
I mean,
Glaze
it's like
not bad.
it's kind of close to milk.
Delmar's one of those guys that's a tackle converting to guard. He played right tackle and left tackle mostly. 859 snaps at left tackle 2023, 807 at right tackle 2022.
This might be the record for the longest draft.
I know.
Oh,
sorry,
no.
guys.
We're
I'm
going to go
sorry,
longer
guys.
next time.
Oh, trust me, it ain't.
And again, someone that has a way better pass blocking grade than run blocking. But 6'5", 328 reserve junior or redshirt junior. I'm sorry. That's tough.
mean,
Like I said,
these
I wanna
guys
see the
got
running
about-
backs,
These guys
but-
got this guy. Well, prospects 171. The NFL Draft Buzz has him at 175, and of course, it is taking forever to load. That's
Levi
nice.
would like to buy a running back.
I would. I'd like to buy a backup running back, an insurance policy, if you would.
Guys, I
That's
swear,
what-
if
Even
we,
though
hold on
insurance
a second,
policies are
hold on a
scams.
second. You're onto something. You're onto something
Is
because there's someone that might still be here, and he's not. Look who's not here.
Damn. Did they clean out all my guys?
Your guys. I wanted my scat back. Where'd my scat back go?
Ooh, who's your scat back?
Frank Gore Jr.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't sure if that's who you're referring to. God.
Dude, did he go? Houston,
Dang, 6th round.
D'Amico.
Damn, of course he did. If not,
What's funny is we
not, it
joked
would've
about a
been-
running back, I think, around that time too.
No, it would have been Robert. and
D'Amico,
York.
you son of a.
That's dirty.
I like
That's
D'Amico Ryans. He's a good
dirty.
coach.
I like it though.
Hey,
Brian, you
that'll
wanted a tight end, didn't you?
I want a tight end, but at 258.
Okay. I think it's too
Hmm.
early to take my
Who's,
running
who's
back.
available right now? Oh, look, they're recommending everybody else.
All these tight ends that are.
We haven't got a linebacker.
None? I thought we got one.
We haven't got a linebacker.
I wanted to take a linebacker, but we didn't.
Well,
take
I
him.
mean, look, we got
Yeah,
enough-
he did.
We got
He did.
linebackers too.
I kind of like the linebacker opinion. Might have should have looked at that a little
I wanted
earlier.
to
Look
take
at
him
this
at the
guy's name though.
third.
Basically, when your last
Tyrese.
guy went off the board, Brian, that was the
Man,
last drop in.
We
like
should
the
just
tier
take
2
the guy
guys,
from
basically.
Michigan and make it a flush.
Hey, David, you still got crazy
You're not-
joke up on screen. You want to pull up a different one? Or
Oh, do I?
So you
Sorry,
know what's
I'm
funny about that
going back and
linebacker
forth.
from Michigan is he was known for kind of like Patrick Queen attacking downhill. Actually got really good pass rush grades. 6 foot 239. I mean, lined up 41 times as a D lineman, essentially at 239. Came away last year. Oh, it doesn't have his sacks. That's weird. Has all
crazy
these other
juice.
stats.
We need another joke though. So I'm looking.
I
for
got
you.
one. I got a joke. What do you call sweaty boobs?
Sweaty boobs.
Humidities.
So, Lil Sponge, sorry about this week. This week the plan changed and we went War Room. Next week we can go multi-team draft, as in Niners, your team. If Levi would like to pop in, we'll do the Ravens. If I can find someone else, then we'll get them on
Hey,
too, and we'll do like
Let's
a
do
14.
Royal Rumble draft. I'll draft for a different team. We'll go fast.
Dude, we
draft
could
for
do
the-
that. We could do that next week. That would be interesting.
I'll draft for the Jets.
But anyway, so we haven't took a linebacker. I think I'm just going to take the best one on the board. What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't know any of those linebackers other than Michael Barrett, to be honest with you. So
All right, Michigan guy it is.
see
What
what
it give
they
us?
do.
C plus,
Oh.
worst grade of the draft.
Yep. He got exposed.
That
towards
might
the end of the
be
season
coming
a
up
little
because
bit.
we're taking Bryant's guy here. All right, at the end.
I think 2 of his worst games were against Bama and Washington at the end of the season, which is not a good.
Oh my
sign unless
goodness.
Richard.
Bryant, he's the best tight end available.
Wow!
Look,
that's pretty dope.
Look, see.
That's dope.
All
Hey,
right,
that's it, man. That's a good idea.
taking Bryant's cousin and probably getting another C plus. Oh,
A
give us a B.
I like
Give us a
bees.
B.
We're all here because of bees.
Did you see that? Ooh, it gave us a B. A B for Devin Colt.
Wow, look, I'm telling you guys, he
The
was
algorithm,
We
Brian,
were
the
getting
algorithm
we
is
were getting
listening
D
to us, buddy.
minuses.
Look at
We were
that.
getting D minuses. All right, we brought that kid back to life. Yeah, we did. D. Do you remember the D minus? We got a D minus.
We did get
oh,
a D
buddy.
minus for drafting him at 251 once, didn't we?
we trended the boy.
I drafted him third before.
Third, you did that. That's probably why. You broke the curve.
We're gonna get you on a team, buddy. Hopefully
B, get the hell out of here.
not-
Something happened.
That's funny. That I honestly think that was an interesting draft because we went full War Room, right?
Mm.
We
We
got
were
a
like, we hit that draft
know,
like X-Men. We hit it from all
uh,
sides.
depth tight end potentially Devin Colt. We'll see what he ends up being.
He's going to be
the
probably
last
on the
three
Packers.
players. I don't know if they'll make the squad or not.
I found his scouting report.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's
I've got
go.
Devin
Let's
Cole's
hear
scouting
the
report
news.
actually.
Let's hear the
All
bad
right.
news.
Thriving on physicality, he's a contested catch specialist with a knack for warding off defenders while the ball is in the air. Kolb has strong hands and the ability to wrestle the ball away from defenders. Runs precise routes with mostly crisp cuts, very difficult to cover, gets separation consistency. He has reliable hands and shows a willingness to make catches in traffic. Again, contested catch guy. Good burst off the snap, quickly slip past. He's lanky and long arm, but Culp has the broad-shouldered frame to carry more weight. He was a national high jump champion in high school and has the athleticism that translates to a passing game. Again, very good in contested catches. Weaknesses. He'll have to develop a better feel for sitting down against zone coverages. Culp won't threaten the top of the defense. He'll also have to adjust to getting his head around to locate the ball on shorter routes over the middle. Tell him what he needs to do. You need to throw that elbow harder when you cut. That's how you get your head around quicker to the ball. A lot of people.
By the way, who wrote
hands.
this article?
Throw that
Because
elbow. Get violent.
The end wasn't very kind, and I'd like to pay this man a visit.
Hey, honestly, only having 3 weaknesses written about your game. It says either his expected 40 or was. Do you know this, Bryant? 4.47.
He's
Oof.
pretty fast. I have
Pretty
read up on
fast.
him. I'm not just.
Yeah, I was about to say 4.47 shows speed to go over
That's
the top. in my opinion.
fast.
Yeah, he's pretty
30
fast. I've seen
32
some highlights of him, and he
That's
does.
funny. We
have
got the
good-
same length arms.
I
I
mean,
look
pretty
at him-
much.
We
I
literally
look
you
at
were
him kinda
doing
like
32
a
7/8
Juwan.
arms. Go ahead.
I kind of see like Juwan Jennings similarities in him, how his size and how he catches the ball with his hands, not with his body. As far as being super fast at maybe taking the top off the defense, I don't see that. But like what you just said, maybe throwing his arm back and then he can get his head around faster. But that's still not going to be
Yeah, that's
taking the top
coachable.
off.
That's coachable.
He needs to throw them bows.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
it says
I
he's
like it.
6'3", 230, 9 1/4 hands, which puts him in the 22nd percentile for hands. So a little small in the hands. 32 7/8 inch arms, 45 dead middle. But it says his 40 and his 10-yard split were actually one of the betters at tight ends. But at 231, you would definitely expect that a little bit. But shit, throw on like 10, 15 more pounds as the NFL, which just happens going to the NFL. Like
Those are pretty much average Culp numbers. Like if you were doing Bryant and I's high school, that we'd be very similar. 6'3", 4'4". Bryant and I, same number.
You know what's hilarious is
I shrunk just a little bit when I came out of high school. It was weird. Most people get taller when they leave high school. I got shorter, but and I lost a step or two. I don't know if I got 2 left feet or 2 right feet, but I run in circles sometimes, so it's weird.
Culps shrink.
what's really funny is, of course, they talked about he might not have the ability to
But
go
not
deep,
that way.
but yet
Not
is
there.
supposedly one of his best quarterback rating when targeted was his deep balls. Basically, said they need to work on his hands a little bit as well.
Deep balls are important,
Yeah, hands. You have to know what to do with your hands.
especially in the case of deep balls.
Grip is
Not
all.
funny. It's serious stuff.
They compared him. His highest NFL comparison supposedly is Tommy Tremble, the former Notre Dame tight end.
Okay.
Yeah, being compared to Tommy is
TNT.
yeah.
Tommy
Like-
Tremble.
It's a
Tommy
deep
John.
draft class. It's a COVID draft class. It's deep, man.
Gotta love COVID. You guys miss COVID?
I live like it's COVID every day. It doesn't matter.
My
mean,
girlfriend
like,
takes
seriously, like, there's
$3,000
less
worth
people
of
on the
breathing
street.
medications.
There was less people on the streets. Nobody had to go to work. Everybody was home. Got to sleep in. I don't know.
I mean, I just show up to Walgreens like this, and they just let me leave with whatever I want.
Nobody would stop you.
I'm just here for my blood pressure medication.
I like seeing people show their IDs, but they'd have their face mask on. They'd be like, I need to see your ID. Like, half my face is dark.
Oh man,
I haven't looked like this for 30 years. I don't know. It's definitely me.
Need to see your ID. They got this face mask that comes all the way up. They got a hat on. You can't actually tell it's them, right?
Dude, Arizona.
I
used to
saw
have the weird-
someone. This is back during the mask required days. I saw someone that actually had a mask made that looked like their face. So, like they walked
I love
in,
it.
the security guy was like stopping them, and they're like, oh, it was hilarious.
I remember I saw a guy once at CVS with a panty on his head, like a woman's panties, just to be an asshole about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
but he had his face covered.
Yeah,
But he was being a jerk.
yeah.
I seen that South
It was
Park
an interesting
episode
time in
too.
life.
Everybody wearing diapers on their chin. Yeah.
I mean, If you were lucky enough to witness live, like, you know, a back and forth between a masker and a non-masker, I think I feel
My
sorry.
thing is this: like, masks have been around forever. Japan uses them every fucking year to limit fucking the flu virus. Like, anyone that's just like, masks don't help, I'm like, you just don't you probably failed high school biology. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They
Like,
can't hurt.
and exactly, my girlfriend takes $3,000 worth of breathing medications a month, and people are like, I can't breathe with it. I'm like, she's breathing fine. She's breathing fine and working 8 hours a fucking day. Please shut the fuck up. Like, but I get like, I don't know.
Well,
Like I
you
said,
know
I'm
what
a
it
man
was?
of
Like,
science,
it's just people getting sick of COVID.
and I went to school for
clogging up
medical.
the hospitals was really the main problem because people with heart attacks and other things going on weren't able to get into the hospital.
Yeah, it was a rough time. I have a lot of friends that are in the medical field still.
Well,
A
Yeah,
lot of friends
you
and
know,
medical,
before-
teacher, and police, and
It's amazing how the doctors and the nurses are friggin' resilient, man.
bro, they don't get paid enough.
They're very callous to viruses and stuff. I mean, though they're tough.
I took every class. I could start nursing school right now or any nursing program. Like, you know, of course, a lot of my friends went into nursing, but while I was going into nuclear medicine, like, God, they don't get paid enough to deal with these people.
Oh heck no.
I watched at CVS one day. I'm not gonna lie to you. Here down in Florida, let me give you a story. A guy was screaming at the pharmacist that he wanted the next COVID vaccine. I think of the third when the third dose came out. Now, I read a lot of international news. At this point, I knew the third vaccine was only experimental in
booster?
Israel. Yeah, the third one. It was only available at first in Israel. I kindly tried to explain to this man who was yelling at the pharmacist, yes, there is a third shot now. However, it is not available yet in the United States, probably within the next 2 to 3 months, yada, yada, yada. He was convinced that the pharmacist was like in on a conspiracy to keep the vaccines from him. Legitimately, I witnessed all this go down. Classic Florida shit. Like, I went up next. I went up to the lady. I'm like, I am so sorry you had to even deal with that. Like,
Levi,
I tried
laugh
to
because
intervene.
I
Like,
know Florida, so I laugh immediately.
oh God, Florida's so nuts. I like I said, I'm like, this lady's getting paid like probably $15 an hour, if that, and working nonstop to the point like they're literally having to close the pharmacy at some points because they can't. Florida, yeah. I gotta stop.
Well, is there any last thoughts you guys have before we jump out?
I really want to know, why would Mexicans be so good at basketball if they actually tried? I'm sorry, Crazy Juice threw it out there. I kind of want to know. I have some ideas, but I don't know if they're appropriate.
I don't know. I have no idea.
There's actually a little bit of theory about this because where did the NFL travel to play games like the Olympics and stuff like that? And you know, it's known in like documentaries. You know, these guys go overseas and have fun. Let's just say that.
Well,
we have
Crazy,
to wait.
Crazy Juice, you gonna give us the punchline or what, buddy?
I know, right?
But all right. So tomorrow morning, we got the McNiner and Colt show on my channel, the Colt and McNiner show on Brian's channel. If y'all can't
No.
figure it out, we're dual streaming here.
Oh, geez.
Is there anything you
here's
didn't
the
get in the
punchline,
draft?
folks. It requires them to run, shoot, and steal.
I missed the setup.
But that's like one set of
Oh,
people. There are
I get it.
different.
Yeah, I
Listen,
get it.
there are different sets of Spanish people. That's one set of Spanish folks that have that talent, and not even many of them. But I see the joke, and it is funny.
I'm just ready for Daniel's next stand-up special.
But
That's my
yeah,
final
so you know, hop on with me, Bryant, tomorrow. You know, we'll be live in the morning. What, not 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Bryant? Right?
Yep.
All right. Levi, you got anything going on this week? Not yet.
Oh, honestly, I'm starting to think the only content I'm going to put out before the draft is my one last like draft special where I'm going to, you know, again, like I did last year, I'm only focusing on guys that are going to be picked on day 3 of the draft, rounds 3 through 7. You know, pick round 1 and 2. That's the easy stuff. That's the names you're hearing constantly. Even the third round. Last year I had a lot of great third round picks, but I want to find more later guys. Even though I don't think there were many, but I missed only, I think, 2 guys last year. But yeah, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. It's always fun. I'm sorry if I held y'all up on the draft room.
It was a fun time. It was a good war room style.
Yeah.
You know, it took a while. That's literally how the draft goes, though.
The best 7
Kenny,
hours of my life.
Kenny, you making any shorts or doing anything?
No, I'm on hiatus.
Okay,
You're
you're just hopping on. With
shorts
us,
are
with the
taking a
bros.
break.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's just nothing to like report about except what everybody's reporting about, so it's not worth doing.
It's kind of how I feel about
I
it.
know you can only say something so many times.
Yeah, you can only see it so many times and read it so many times. I'm not contributing to helping it. I'm just, I'm contributing to the problem.
Hey, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but most of my shows we're not talking about that stuff because it's already been talked about by everybody else so many times that maybe the viewers need a break.
Yeah. But come 2024 season start, though, we're going to have a new show, Brian and I, and I'm sure you guys are going to be on it plenty, called Good Culp, Bad Culp, where Brian and I are going to wrestle in the nude. Oh, no, that's a different show, and that's Patreon, so we'll let you know about that one. There's nothing. We've done it since we were kids. There's nothing weird about it.
It's an OnlyFan edition. We have
Right.
T-shirts. There's going to be coffee
Subscription
cups as
only.
well. Folks,
Subscription only.
you'll find out why we say banana, or rather orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? So
Listen.
tune in. But again, that's on OnlyFans only. And there will
Brian's
be-
got kids, all right? Don't judge.
No. And
We got to
again,
pay that tuition somehow.
That's right. College isn't getting any cheaper.
You'll have to find somebody
boy.
to get the link because we're not just giving it away, folks. We don't
Right.
give it away.
All right, folks. On that note, it's Go Niners and F all 31 teams, as my good old friend Corey Davis used to say. Good night, folks.